Hi, everybody. Welcome to Chat and Craft with Lorraine. My name is Lorraine Tierney. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator from Warner, New Hampshire, on the East Coast of the United States. It is Monday, November 20th. No, it's Sunday, November 24th. I knew that. It's Sunday. It's about 7 p.m. Eastern Time, and I want to show you a card. And I'm using a stamp set. I don't think I've used this on a live. I have used it a fair amount this fall, especially couple of the fall stamps. But this is a stamp set you can use all year round. So I thought it would be fun to show it for a Christmas card, as well as show you just the stamps and other things you can use it for. So let me switch my camera. All right, so the stamp set is called Iconic Imagery, and this was an online exclusive, and it has paper that matches it too, that has a lot of these same elements in it. So you can see that you have birthday candles here, so you can use this for birthday with the celebrate you, grateful for you can say. It does have celebrate the season. You can make holly with these and little berries. There's hearts, there's stars, there's some confetti. There's thing on the paper, there's things that look like it could be for New Year's Eve, or winter time with the snowflake. There's all kinds of things you can do with it. We're going to make a holiday card today, but you wouldn't have to be limited to that. And it does have dies that cut out a lot of the images, plus a couple of label dies. This cuts out the little flame, heart, candles, the berries, the star. So there's lots of different, you can see I've used a lot of these stamps quite a bit. All right, so that's what we're going to use today. And this card is for a color challenge that I'm taking part in. And these are the colors in the color challenge. There's crumb cake, pecan pie, pebbled path, garden green, balmy blue. Sorry, I drew a blank on that one, even though I'm reading it, and calypso coral. And they're not really traditional Christmas cards, but I'm hoping traditional Christmas colors, but I'm hoping this is going to work. So let me make this just a little bit bigger. Whoops, it didn't go. There we go. And see if we can get started. Okay, so there's my colors. So the first thing I want to use is the big celebrate stamp, and I want to heat emboss that part of it. So I have that stamp on a block. It's not on this block very well. I think I'm going to go a little bit bigger. There we go. And it looks a little like I could clean it just a little bit better. Okay, so I'm going to use my embossing buddy. Hi, Joanne. Hi, Jerry. It's a really cool stamp set, Joanne. It's a nice one. So I'm going to use my embossing buddy and then some Versamark ink on this. And I'm going to stamp it right in the middle. And then I dump my embossing powder into a little bit bigger container, and I just kind of do this kind of thing. And sometimes I shoot it like that all over the place. I do want to get just a little bit more on that C. There we go. And you can see I've just got the embossing powder where I want it. That embossing buddy really does make a difference. All right, so I am going to warm up my heat gun a little bit. There's two speeds on this. I almost always use the high speed, even though Some people use the low speed on vellum. I don't find any difficulty using the higher speed. I hope that's not too noisy, but I just want you to be able to see the fun of watching this powder melt. I just love heat embossing. It's probably my favorite technique. I could watch that powder melt all day. Okay, so that is all set. And there is not a die for this. I've lost my scissors on my table. Here it is. So you would need to fussy cut this out. And the trick to fussy cutting is to move the paper. My scissors are pretty much going to stay right there. And I'm steering with the paper. Now, it's like watching molasses run in January to watch me fussy cut that whole thing. So I have one fussy cut out already. There's the Celebrate. I don't know if I would try going into that C quite as much as I did again. That was a little tricky. And then I used this die, this big label die, to cut out a piece of this Mercury vellum, this specialty paper that Stampin' Up! Has in the mini catalog. So I cut out one of these. And this isn't really a color in the color challenge, but it's not, that gold is not that different from crumb cake or the pecan pie. So, and it's neutral. So I'm thinking I can use it. I'm going with it. All right. So we're going to put some pieces together on a white piece that's 5 1/4 by 4. I've got a Celebrate, and I had a piece of white. Here it is. And we are going to stamp the words, the season. I have some powder. I didn't put a piece of paper down, and I should have. I have some embossing powder on my glass mat. There we go. Okay. So I'm going to have that, and then we want the word, the season. And I was thinking I would do that in the pecan pie, but maybe the blue. Maybe we'll do it in both and see which one we like better. I love to do that. Hi, Mary. Thank you. Happy Thanksgiving to you. And Jerry and Joanne also, happy Thanksgiving. You know what? I didn't leave myself enough room to use this die. So I have to go over here a little bit more. There we go. And let's do it in the pecan pie as well. And that way I'll have a choice. Okay. Let me just trim that a little bit and get rid of that. I also want some pebbled, I want to use my pebbled path. So let's see, I'm going to put the balmy blue out of the way and the pecan pie out of the way. I want to use some pebbled path, and I'm going to do that with cardstock. So I have a scrap of pebbled path right here, and I put adhesive sheet on the back. Oh, Joanne, well, happy belated Thanksgiving to you. I know your Thanksgiving was earlier in October. So happy belated Thanksgiving. And then I'm going to put these sprigs right here. This is going to cut little stars. Can you see those? Let's see, give that a minute to focus. There we go. Little stars. And it will be handy to have the adhesive sheet on the back of these. So these are nice and tiny, so I'm going to put them through my little mini cut and emboss machine, my boho blue one, which I highly recommend. a cute little boho blue machine. And we will just put this right. Oh, I bumped that and moved my die. I'm just gonna, there we go. Put that back a little bit. When it has the adhesive sheet on the back, I do recommend you go through a couple of times. I love the adhesive sheets, Mary. I just wish they could talk and say, don't forget to use an adhesive sheet. Because sometimes I forget on these little pieces. And when I do use the adhesive sheet, I always turn the die over to see if it looks like it's cut all the way through before I take my dies out, just in case I need to put them through again. So I'm going to leave those there for a second, and I'm going to cut the labels. So this little label that comes with the Iconic Imagery Bundle is just perfect for cutting out the words "the season." And so I'll put that through. There it is in blue. You could take a look at that. And then we'll take a look at it in the pecan pie, which is a nice warm brown. I do like the color. And we'll put this through. I really should just take a second and get my tape, but I'm going to do this the hard way. There we go. Okay. Let's get that out of the way. All right, so we have Celebrate the Season with Balmy Blue or with the pecan pie. All right, so you keep thinking about that, which one you like better. Let's get these little pieces out. Okay, we're going to start building some focal points, some things up there. Can't get it. There we go. Here's one for down here. And I already stamped, these are two-step stamped images. So I stamped the outline in garden green, and then I stamped off onto a piece of paper and stamped the inside in lighter garden green. Hi, Mel. Hi, Joanne S. All right, so we can put these in a little bit. I may actually put one of these upside down. We're going to have to start fixing some of these in place because it just gets to be a mess. My stars are here. I haven't taken my stars out yet because I'm not quite ready to use those, and I don't want to lose them. I do want to stamp with the Calypso Coral some little berries. We can pretend these are bittersweet. So I have 2 votes for the blue Celebrate the Season. This is the pecan. And then here's the balmy blue. And I'm going to do, I figure these will look a little bit like bittersweet berries. There are little dies that cut these berries out, but by the time you get them lined up and taped in place, I almost feel like this is such an easy shape to cut out that it's just as easy to fussy cut when it's such a little die. So I already stamped and cut out a few of those. Oh, I just had one fly away. There. So basically, we have to put those into place a little bit more. I even have a couple more of these little sprigs that I did not remember to put the adhesive sheets on the back. So, all right, it looks like the Celebrate is going to be in the Balmy Blue. So I'm going to start with putting the Celebrate on the vellum, okay? Because I can then put some dimensionals on the back of the vellum where the Celebrate will cover them up. So I'm going to use my Stamp and Seal Plus, because you can get just little bits of this out very easily. It comes out in little pieces, little, I don't know what you would call them, little rectangles, really. It's not one continuous piece like the regular seal is. The Stamp and Seal Plus is a little bit different, and it will stick nicely on this vellum. So I'm going to try to get that centered and straight, although the letters aren't necessarily all that straight. Okay, and then I'm going to pop it up with some dimensionals on the back there. I don't want the dimensionals to show through, so if I put them where there's blue, they won't show from the front. I'm going to need to use a couple of mini ones also. And if you don't have the mini ones, you can just cut your bigger ones into pieces. Okay. And maybe one more right up there. Okay. And you can see that you don't see those dimensionals through there because, hi Sherry, I have them hidden behind the blue. So I'm going to move these out of the way a little bit. I'm shedding on my paper, and I'm going to go a little bit above center. Okay. And then I'll start with the next biggest pieces. So I really like that one upside down a bit, and then this one kind of at an angle. Yep. I'm going to put a little bit of adhesive. I'll use my liquid glue now because that will let me wiggle it around and tuck it under a bit of my label. I may want that up just a little bit higher because this one's going to go this way. And I'm going to use a glue dot on these little berries because otherwise I'm going to get glue everywhere. I'll put one there. And I'll put one up here a little bit. Okay. And then this little gray one has the adhesive sheet on the back. I use my take your pick tool to just lift that up. And now this is going to stick to my thumb. It's going to stick wherever I put it. So I have to be careful where I put it down. I was gonna try, I didn't leave myself any room to put that under anything. There we go. I was able to lift that green one up just a little bit to put that under there. And now I'll maybe put this one into place at the same time as the other one. Oh, I made it look easy to get that first adhesive sheet off. And now this one is giving me, there we go, a little bit of trouble. There we go. Okay. So let's put a little glue on this. And a little sticky on that. Maybe I'll put them right under there together. And I need to encourage that back into place because I bent that a little bit. And now let's get a glue dot on this. And let's see if we need any more. We're going to put this right under that, the season. So I'm going to put some little dimensionals right on the bottom edge of this. And a tad, I think I'll use a glue dot because glue on that vellum is not the easiest thing to dry. Okay, so I'm going to go under my letters just a little bit and put the season in there. I like it in the blue also. All right, and maybe put another one of these. I love Pebbled Path. I think it's a great, that's a very technical way of getting some glue off. You stick it on your finger. I think it's a great neutral color. And put another one right there. Okay, so now, but we do have those stars we're going to put on, but before we do that, we're going to have to make a card base decision. So let's see, I've now used Garden Green as well and Pebbled Path. Oh, I was going to use some ribbon for crumb cake. I was even going to maybe put the ribbon underneath that, but that's, or twine, but that's not going to work. So let's tie a bow with some baker's twine. I ought to make myself notes sometime, but I don't. Okay. I don't know if I want my loops quite that big. So let's see about putting, where do you think that celebrate should go? Let's cut that one a little shorter. Do we want it? Do we want it up here? Do we want it coming down? Oh, I think I like it over there a little bit. What do you think? Let's get a glue dot and let's roll it up just a little. and stick it on the back of that knot. And then we'll put this over here. Okay, back to, I started to talk about the card bases and then got distracted. So we have a balmy blue card base, which is what I had originally, actually I had originally been thinking the basic gray, but then I thought I liked the balmy blue, not basic gray, pebbled path. There it is on the pebbled path. Oh, I do like the pebbled path too. Or do we want it on white? I saw a card similar to this done by the Serene Stamper. She is a Stampin' Up! Artisan, and she did something a little bit similar. She used the Mercury Vellum, which gave me that idea. And she had hers on the white. So I see one vote for the blue. This is the Pebbled Path. And here is the balmy blue. So while you guys think about that, I'm going to get a piece for the inside, and we need to put a little something on the inside. So I think we'll do one of these flowers or greens, or I'm not sure what they are. So I'm going to have it come down from the top here like that. And then I have a piece of scrap paper. And I'm going to stamp off once and then try to line this up. Oh, I've got 3 blues and a pebbled path. Oh, I missed part of that over there. There we go. Let's put another one of those at the bottom. I'm going to do this one backwards. I'm going to put the inside piece down first, and then I'll outline it. There we go. Hi, Sue. All right, so we're trying to decide balmy blue. Oh, and we used the Calypso coral on the little berries. I could put a couple more little berries. Where did my berry stamp go? My berry was buried. Hi, Jan. All right, I'm gonna, so am I gonna stamp it, or should I just put, I'm afraid it's gonna get muddied. I think I'm gonna use these other ones. All right, balmy blue or pebbled path. Still working on that while I glue dot my berries, my bittersweet berries. Jan, Sue, what do you think? I may have to make the decision here. I do like when we have people voting for different options, though, because really, you know, it probably would look fine either way. Pebbled path, says Sue. Okay. There we go. I think I'm going to have to go with pebbled path. I really like the striking contrast of the pebbled path. I do like the balmy blue also, maybe because my original idea had been that it would be on the pebbled path. Okay, let's get that. We still have our stars to do. Don't let me forget our stars. And we'll put this on the inside. Okay. And let's poke out some of these stars. There's 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Maybe one there. We're going to have to peel these. And one up there. All right. So these are tiny, you guys. Tiny, tiny. Oh, I got that one off pretty easily. Of course, now it was stuck to my finger. There we go. Let's do this one. Ah, luckily it fell with the adhesive up. So it's not too hard to get the adhesive off of these. And they're really cute. They make great little dimensionals. I'm going to try putting a little, if I can find a wink of Stella over here. I was going to put a little wink of Stella on the stars so that they will have a little shine. I don't think I have one at this table, so I may do that later, but I'll put a little wink of Stella. And there is our Celebrate the Season holiday card with colors that I would not have chosen. Where's my garden green? Let's see. Colors that I would not have chosen. These were from a color challenge that I'm taking part in with the Ink and Inspiration blog hop. And these were the colors given to us. But I think it works for a holiday card. What do you think? Would you send this card? I hope so. And here's the inside. So thank you for joining me tonight. Let me switch this back. Let's go like this. And joining me to make this card. Yeah, I like that embossing. I love that Mercury vellum. I think we can call that a little crumb cake or a little pecan or just a neutral. And take a good look at this stamp set because you really can use it all year long. It's the Iconic Imagery, and it is an online exclusive. So thank you for joining me. Have a great rest of your Sunday night. And I'll be back. I'll see some of you Tuesday night on Zoom. We'll be making a fun fold card. I think you'll like it. And I'll be live again at the end of the week. Probably not on Thursday night since Thursday is Thanksgiving, but maybe over the weekend. All right. Take care, everybody. And I wish you all a very happy Thanksgiving if you celebrate. If you're from a different country, have a great week. All right. Thank you. Bye-bye.